Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm hoping that this thing here isn't there because of the sunlight. It's all kind of glittery, so we'll do it with this one. So we're talking about Uzaki-Chan episode 7, my review. If you like this sort of content and you want to see more, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, as well as that cheeky notification bell to be notified when more videos drop. Let's just jump straight into it. At the very bat of this episode, you get Uzaki kind of looking at dates on a calendar. Something's ringed off and she gets a phone call from Sekurai. And Sekurai turns around and says that he needs it there, he wants it to be there. And you kind of think that this is the ultimate moment where they are going to get together. And she's like, oh my God, what? So she goes off, and Sekurai wants to go to a cat cafe that we mentioned, I think, in episode 2. So they go to a cat cafe and she is ultimately pissed off because she thought that they were going to get together and it's going to be one of those feeling things. But Sekurai wants to go to a cat cafe. He's never been to one. He keeps turning around and moving away. And I generally laughed at that one. So when they go in, like, he's like, oh my God, this is cats. This is what's going on. I really like this. And Uzaki just literally lets him have it, constantly saying, oh, how, you know, I think this, I think that, you know, so it becomes this whole thing which is completely different. And I would be, to be fair, if I had that sort of message and then that happened, I'd be annoyed as well. I think I probably would say something like, I like you, why don't you like me? Let's be together type thing. Because Sekurai loves cats so much, like when cats come and sit on him, he's like, oh my God, like he loves all of this moment, and I think that would be his happy place. As this carries on, he gets pins and needles, and Uzaki decides, hey, I'm going to take advantage of this, and she pokes his feet, and he's like crying out in pain, but the attendant, the person who runs the cafe, thinks, oh, they're doing some sort of sex thing. No, and then they get kicked out. So Uzaki is now turning 20 in the next couple of days. That's the reason why she's marked it on the calendar. She asks Sekurai to say, hey, like, I want you to spend the birthday with me, or, you know, get me a present or something. And Sekurai then takes that on board and he heads back to the coffee shop and he's like, oh my God, I really want to buy this. Like, I had flowers, a video game, a ring. And in his head, he has these scenarios playing out. So he thinks that she's going to say no to the flowers, no to the ring because it's the wrong size. I think the flowers because of something. And the video game is because, you know, it's something about the video game. I just remember the ring. When the others kind of take it on board and go, actually, you really need to think about this, they have a flashback of their own. And they go, no, what would happen is that the flowers would be amazing. The ring, she would instantly think that they're getting married and it's a placeholder. And the video game is that it's got multiplayer so that they can play the games together. So they both turn around and say, hey, just go out, buy what you want, and do it from there. As Sekurai is looking around, he's about to buy some flowers. He gets a phone call from Uzaki-Chan who says the exact same thing to him. Hey, I need you right now, come meet me. And he thinks the exact same thing as what she thinks. She's going to admit the feelings and they're going to talk about it. But because Uzaki's turned 20 now, she decides that she wants to go drinking. So this is her first time experiencing alcohol. So they decide to go to the pub. And I like the fact that they put pub in there, not just like bar or something. So they start kind of eating and drinking, and Uzaki-Chan just drinks. She drinks more because she doesn't feel the effects straight away. So they start talking about having food with drinks, like fried chicken goes really well with beer. I think she tries like kind of spirits, like vodka and orange or vodka and lemonade, and it doesn't kind of work. She doesn't really like it. She much prefers alcohol, which is fine, like beer. But I love the fact that in this, like, she orders a lot. Like, she grabs the pad and she does this whole and orders so much food and drink. And the waitress, who I thought was Ami, I generally thought she was there, but she has to tell them to kind of calm it down. So in the end, he drinks a lot more, but not as much as she does. And again, first time, she's like, oh no, like, you know, she goes overboard. So I think the next part is when they kind of walk home, they find out that the last train has stopped and they're not running. And I think Sekurai goes like, oh my God, have you actually kind of like planned all this? One thing that annoyed me about Sekurai's character in this is it felt like he would let her go home alone. as in like just say you can walk, you can get home on your way, you can sleep out in the streets, I don't care. And I generally really didn't like that. I thought that it was kind of not his character. In the end, he kind of says, all right, we're gonna get some snacks and some water and stuff, and then we'll head off. So they go back to his place. She wants to play video games. He just really wants to sleep due to the alcohol taking effect. And, you know, she's like, oh, we can start playing games. And he's like, no, I'm gonna go sleep. And so she decides to try and kiss him. And I was like, oh, it's not really a good thing. You know, so he's pretending to be asleep and going like, no, this is not gonna happen. Until she gets kind of close. And then he backs away and says, no, this is not happening. And then she goes to sleep in the end. The next morning, she wakes up with a hangover. She's throwing up everywhere, which again, I've never really kind of seen it in any sort of anime of this. So when she throws up, he then puts her to bed in the futon, and you know, she's like, oh my God, I don't want to drink again. We've all been there. We all know what it's like. With all of this happening, like he talks to her and goes like, right, I'm gonna go out and get some drinks for us as well as some food. And she's like, oh, thank you. And then throws up everywhere. And he's just like, happy birthday. And I love that last line, just happy birthday. So yeah, that's literally, you see a scene where the futon's been rolled up outside with a note or something, but it's like, nope, it's all been like thrown up. So he's thrown it away. And that's it. That's the end of the episode. Now, I really enjoyed this. I like the fact that you can see the characters relaxing around each other. What I didn't like was Sekurai's kind of, his attitude towards this. This really annoyed me to the part where I was just like, is this really him? Like, I would imagine that he would want to protect her and kind of would say, hey, we are going to stay here, etc., and then leave it at that. But no, I just didn't want him to kind of have this attitude of, oh, she's my friend, she can literally go and stay wherever. I generally thought that Uzaki was going to bring up a thing like, hey, let's stay at a love hotel or something. And I was going to be like, no. You know, you want them to get together normally, not through drunken antics and stuff like that. Anime was good. I enjoyed the episode quite a bit. So yeah, I thought I would leave it there. So what are your thoughts on this? Do you like Uzaki-Chan at the moment? Are you hating it? What are your moments? And also, when you see food in anime, does it make you want to eat that sort of food? Or do you kind of go, nope, it doesn't make you hungry? Let me know down below in the comments. If you like this sort of video and you want to see more, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, as well as that cheeky notification bell to be notified when more videos drop. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.